Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a bench press day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. All right, let's get over to the benching. Today I decided to grip a little wider, put my pinkies outside the rings. I kind of wanted to see where I was, trying to use this flat-footed stance, everything else. Wasn't super happy with the performance. Slightly less than I've been getting when I get over to the peak set with this weight. I got 3 reps. They were relatively heavy at 285. But what I wanted to do with this is kind of start assessing where my weak links are, which muscles really feel it, where the bar slows with the wider grip, because I know long term now that my shoulders can handle it. This is pain free in my shoulders. I really know this is where most of us are going to be stronger, is to take a slightly wider grip, and I need to build the musculature involved. All right, I've got to look at the long term for getting the biggest bench after I get done with this cut. I'm not really going to gain muscle or strength at this point during this cut. If anything, I'm just trying to hold on to what I have, make weight for regionals, get qualified, then go on to big meets and hit bigger numbers, right? But you guys could see I'm really slow off the chest. I felt a lot of delt. I really felt like my delts were kind of a limit here, and I know my pecs felt stretched, and I really felt more pec when I did the rep work, but I could tell that my delts were severely limiting me, which we know are kind of a weak link, another reason I'm pushing the press up. And again, it's kind of letting me assess where everything is, right? Now, I can work on getting a bigger arch. I could work on getting off the flat foot if I want, but work on an arch or whatever with the wider grip if I want to help with some of that. But in the meantime, we need to just get strong, and I want to get strong out of that bottom position. So I did most of the rep work real wide today for the boring but big, and I called it there. I didn't do any other supplemental pressing. Why? Look at my guys like Isaac. His bench is going up on nothing but boring but big once a week. You know, plus his overhead pressing, a little bit of tricep work. I'm cutting all this extra supplemental pressing I'm doing on the bench day probably isn't helping me at this point. I need to just stick to these basics, stick on working the bench the way I need to work it, right? Get in and just get this quality benching in. And then I decided to really work on where are my weak links, working on the back, upper back, delts, and I felt a little bit of tricep weakness, and I'd already decided earlier this week I'm going to put a little more of the back work on bench day, and I'm going to put the arm work on overhead press day. Kind of the direction you've seen me going anyways, of look, I don't need to do a bunch of triceps on bench day. Let's do it on overhead press day, the end of the week. If I'm going to do any triceps, biceps, really, we'll do them there. Although I did do just one high rep set of band press downs to get some blood flow in the tendons today, as I did feel on the last couple sets the triceps giving out on the 5x10s here. But realistically, what do I really need to work? I need to be working those delts. Okay, and I need to work the delts with exercises that are healthy for the shoulders, right? And that are easy to recover from. Doing just more overhead pressing is not necessarily going to help there. Right? If anything, some of the volume pressing I did this last week on the overhead, that extra work may have fatigued my delts today, especially because of the cut, and that may have been a factor today, right? So I think what I really need to do, stick with just barbell pressing, right? We'll just do the benching, we'll do the overhead press, do it all real wide, come in, do a little bit of supplemental work for this stuff. All right, and so I went with front plate raises today because, again, I like this exercise. Some of my lifters really have gotten a lot out of it. I felt when I've done it, the little bit I've done it, it seemed to even help with my shoulder health more, and it really, really loosens my shoulders up. It's a full shoulder builder, not just front delts. Helps with shoulder mobility, helps upper traps, helps with upper back. So really the name of the game today was, look, we just came in and benched, and then we did tons of back work and upper back and shoulder work. It's really what it was. And it wasn't even tons. We came in, we did the benching. Wide grip pull-ups. I didn't feel like doing a fifth set today. I started getting fatigued after the fourth set, so I decided to just do all the rest with inverted rows, which that's going to be my 3 mainstays. We're going to do pull-ups, we're going to do inverted rows, and we're going to do chins. All of them with a wide grip. Chins I'll tend to do like I've been doing on overhead day, so that I get 3 back angles. But since I'm going to do maybe any bicep work will be done on Fridays, I'll do the chins on Friday, so if any bicep work's done off the back of that. So the biceps aren't hit quite as hard on the bench day. That way we really just focus on all the support musculature for the bench. We really work on those shoulders, which again will carry over to the overhead press. There's going to be a synergy. As my overhead press goes up, I think this wide grip bench is going to go up. But we need to be wide grip benching too. So that's why today I did it that way. And the shoulders feel fine afterwards, but I could tell they were weak. Like I could really, really tell my delts, particularly that left delt, the one that I've rehabbed recently again, that left delt felt really weak on that benching. Like I could tell on all those sets, even the ramp ups, it was kind of my weak link. The left delt was holding me back the most. Like I could feel it. And it wasn't painful, it was just that it wasn't strong enough. You know, sometimes when you're lifting a weight, you can tell what muscle just isn't giving enough. Now, obviously, I'm going to need more pecs and everything else if I'm going to go wider, but I think wide grip benching alone will handle that. You know, I think that'll handle it as long as I can keep it going up with the delts. And I wanted to do dumbbell presses today. That was the original plan. Instead of those front raises, it was going to be dumbbell presses with flat dumbbells. But as I started doing it, I realized it's not what I need right now. I'm not bulking. I'm not going to get the extra pec growth from it after we get this cut done. Because what's the goal of the cut? I'm at 214 now. We need to make weight for meets. People need to remember I'm going to do water cuts. The goal's going to be the rest of the year to stay between 200 and 210 and do all my bulks and cuts in that range, right? I'm going to stay within an 8 to 10 pound body weight range and bulk and cut inside that window so that I can do water cuts for meets. But we have to bulk and cut. There is no recomp. You know, that comes up, people are like, well, that sounds like recomp. No, it's not recomping. I am gaining and losing weight continually if I do that. Even if they're short, little 3 and 4 week bursts, we have to bulk and cut. It's essential. So right now, because I'm cutting harder, I need to be down under 210 before I start my water cut, really. I've got more fat to lose. Right, I've got to keep losing body fat. The pecs and stuff are just not going to really grow significantly. But I want to work them, right? We want to make sure we don't lose any of them. And then these inverted rows, doing them real wide grip, why? Really works the upper back super hard. One of the best upper back exercises. And people are like, you only did 12s. Yep, I did 13 on the last set, but I did them like a minute apart. They were just back to back to back. After doing the pull-ups, even sets of 12 on those were pretty hard, especially that wider grip. I can do like 20 easily, sets of 20 with a real narrow grip, but that wide grip is harder. Works the rear delts, traps, and everything more, which is really what we need out of it. It obviously works lats, but it's upper back. All right, front plate raises. These made my traps and everything just start cramping after doing all that other work. I could only handle 3 sets. I got 3 sets of 10. I'm like, I am done. Front delts were pumped. Traps were pumped. Again, 5 sets wasn't going to happen today. I'll build up to it maybe to be where I can get 5 sets with this plate and then maybe get up to higher reps with them. But these might need to stay in for a little while. And as much as I'd love to be doing some dumbbell pressing, I don't think my pecs really are going to handle it with the cutting. I don't think I'm eating enough calories. So again, we're going to just keep hammering the shoulder girdle, the upper back. And then just because, again, even though I'm going to do my real tricep work on press day, I'm like, let me just do 1 set of high rep band press downs. Because again, I'm also doing dumbbell extensions and things like that. I want to make sure the elbow health stays good. Let's get a little blood flow to the tendons today. And again, just a little bit of pump to the triceps, build their work capacity a little bit. So just again, the high rep, very fast press downs like you guys see me have some of my clients do, just to help with the tendon health. It gets some blood flow recovery to the triceps, but mainly it's about tendons. But man, my traps are really lit right now. I'm uncomfortable even sitting talking right now. They got hammered really hard with the stuff I did on the back end. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.